Good afternoon, good evening, dear brand ambassadors, and welcome to today's webinar. We are on Globally Changing Lives, Deep Dive, and today is Tuesday, February, what's today's date again?
21st.
Tuesday, February 21st, and we are so honored to have you with us on this ONPASSIVE platform. Welcome once more, and at this stage, we're passing it over to Dr. Derek to play our welcome tune so we can be better prepared to listen to the rest of the webinar. Thank you.
ONPASSIVE, deep dive, and the internet.
ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE, the future of internet.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
ONPASSIVE, stand clear the closing doors, please. Thank you very much, Dr. Derek. And thank you, Sister Lerato Shadare Prosperity, for that beautiful melody. We truly appreciate it. And now we're moving to the next item on our agenda. And this is the mindset. And it's going to be by our one and only Dr. T. Ford. And the mindset today, I know she's an author of 4 books, and one of them is You've Got the One to Get the One. And she is an international transformational speaker. Dr. T is a life coach. She's also an empowerment trainer, TV talk show host, and a published author of 4 books. She's also an editor and chief of Discovering You magazine. And she's going to talk to us about the mindset, which is affected by 2 things. Physical, which is what our CEO is trying to help us to get through on passive. And the mindset is also affected by the mental mindset, which Dr. T is going to provide us with tonight. At this stage, I'm passing the microphone over to Dr. Tunishai A. Over to you, my queen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, brand ambassadors, kings and queens of ONPASSIVE. Welcome to a wonderful webinar. And I really do appreciate, again, the opportunity to speak to you all. Now, you see my background. I'm still with the love theme here. So everybody else is doing something different, but I'm still with the love theme because this is February. And as Dr. Derek said before, this is the love month. So how can I tell you, last week we talked about you got to be the one to get the one. So you all worked on being your best you. So now I'm going to talk to you about how do you recognize when you have the one. So when the one comes into your life, what are the factors that you need to consider when choosing your life partner? Okay, so we're going to talk about 12 of them. Now, we already know there's more than 12 factors, but for the sake of the webinar and time, we're going to just cover 12 that I think that are very important. Okay, again, choosing a mate is probably the most important decision that you're going to make besides having a child or buying a home. Okay, but that's probably at the top of the list. Number 1, who am I going to spend the rest of my life with? And when you consider that, I believe that if you take the time out and think about what you're getting into and look at certain factors to determine if this is a person that you should be with, I think you won't go wrong. Now, I don't want to be prejudiced, like we're not talking to the married people, because the married people have already done what they've done. But if you are married and I go through these factors, you may say to yourself, hey, I did that. And I'm with my dream boat. You know, I'm with the love of my life. And if that's your story, hallelujah, I'm happy for you. But those of us who are single and waiting to get that ideal person, I want to share with you some factors that you want to look at to consider before you make that big leap. Okay, so let's start. Number 1, the family background. Family background. Now, I know all of you have heard it said, when you marry someone, not only do you marry that person, you marry their family. And that's true. I'm talking about the immediate family, mama, daddy, grandmama, great-grand, siblings, uncles, aunties, okay? When you marry someone, not only are you marrying them, you're marrying them, their family. So you want to find out, what are their core values? What's their religion? Do they have a religion? Do they even serve God? Those things are important. You know, what is their behavior? What are the traditions? You know, do they get along with each other? If you're a man, you want to look at a woman's relationship with her father if he's still living. How does she get along with her siblings? And vice versa. How does she treat her mother? These are things you want to look at before you make that leap. Okay. And also, too, this is important to me. Do they like pets? Are they a pet family? Are they people who cannot, they despise animals? They don't like cats, they don't like dogs. If you are a pet lover, do not get involved with that person. I promise you, you'll be sorry. Okay? All right. The second factor, and this is very, very important too. Know if they have any health issues. Now, I don't want to come across as being prejudiced because I know right now there are a lot of people who have a lot of insidious diseases. Some of them they can't help. It may be hereditary. Some of them are their own faults. But before you get married to anyone, you need to find out what are their health issues. Because you may marry someone that might have heart disease in their family. And maybe nobody lived past 45 or 50. And you might be in your early 30s or something like that. Take that into consideration. Think about if you can marry somebody who may be a diabetic and they're not taking care of themselves. All right. Okay. Let me just say this because this is very important. I don't want to come across as saying that you cannot marry someone with health issues because we don't know. A lot of times, things creep up on it. Our bodies are it's a very unique creation that God made. And sometimes our bodies just, they just go haywire for whatever reason it may be. You may be taking good care of yourself. You may be eating right, exercising, but sometimes things just happen like cancer. Cancer is one of those diseases that you might be doing everything right, but it just happens. So I'm not saying that you don't marry someone because they may have cancer in their family or diabetes, but you do want to take that into consideration because if you're going with your eyes wide open, you won't be caught off guard. Okay, that's something to really consider. What is the person's health issues? If they have family history with heart problems, diabetes, cancer. Among African Americans, we have sickle cell anemia. That's very, very prominent among African American people. So you want to take those things into consideration, especially if you think about having children. The third one, make sure the person is hardworking. No one wants to marry a lazy person. You're not lazy, so why would you want to marry somebody that's lazy? Okay? You don't want to marry someone that has a lack of ambition or they have no sense of purpose. Okay, or they don't have any goals. They don't want to work. When you met them, they're not working. They're not trying to work. Here you are. You got your ONPASSIVE money coming into your wallet. You're doing well, and you fell in love with a bum. Okay, vice versa. Or men, you fall in love with a woman who's a gold digger. All she can do is look pretty and sit home and wait on you to come home so you can take her out and take care of her. You don't want to do that. You want to stay away from that. So you want to make sure that you don't get involved with somebody that's lazy. That's the third one. Fourth one. Choose someone you can rely on. I don't really have to expound upon that because you already know what that means, self-explanatory. Choose somebody that you can rely on. Know that that person is going to be in your corner. Okay, when the going gets tough, are they going to run and get lost? Are they going to be are they going to have longevity when there are hard times, or if you get sick or something like that? Are they going to run away, or are they going to stay in there with you while you're going through your trauma, and vice versa? You want to be the kind of person that's in there for them. So choose someone that you can rely on. The fifth one, you should try to find someone that's able to forgive. Make sure they have the ability to forgive. There are so many people in the world who just have hardened hearts. They've been through a lot of trials and tribulations, and their hearts are hardened. And the least little thing sets them off. And they are not able to forgive. They don't have a forgiving heart. So you want to make sure that you get involved with someone that has a soft heart. Someone that's forgiving and someone that can forgive, someone that you can forgive them and they have a forgiving heart. You don't want to get involved with someone that's carrying weight, that's carrying baggage where they've been so hurt that they don't want to forgive. Okay, so you want to stay clear of those kind of things. Again, we're just talking about factors that you want to look at because these things are important, again, when you're trying to find someone that's going to be your life partner. The sixth item, they should be of good character. That should go without saying. But how many people do you know have gotten involved with people who may be controlling, they're manipulative, they're liars, they're unfaithful, they're users. These are characters that you do not want to be involved with. Okay, there's so many people because you're attracted to the physical, you find yourself just ignoring the things that God is showing you. He's showing you the sure signs, but you ignore them because there's such a physical attraction. You want to get involved with someone that has a good character. That's the sixth item. The seventh one, check out their level of maturity. Now, just because they're older doesn't mean they're mature. You might find a younger person who's mature. You want somebody that knows how to handle conflict. You want someone that has common sense. You want somebody that knows how to manage their lives and they don't have to involve a third party to get through something. You want somebody that knows how to love you and respect you as an individual. You want a person that's mature. Again, it has nothing to do with age. It has to do with experience and how they interpret that experience and how they've come through that experience. So marry somebody that is mature. The eighth one, and this is so funny. This is really beautiful. And I hope that you all take this to heart. Find someone that has a sense of humor. I think that when you have a sense of humor, it just makes the marriage or your relationship so much fun. I believe that marriage should be fun. You should be able to laugh at each other. You should be able to tell bad jokes and the other one laughs just because the joke is just so bad. It makes them laugh. You know what I'm saying? And you want to have a person that has that sense of humor. So marry someone or look for someone that has that sense of humor. That's very, very important. The ninth one, sexual attraction. How many times, and this is something women, I really want to say this is so important. Oftentimes, we as women are very guilty of this. We marry a man that we're not sexually attractive to. We'll marry a man because we want him to take care of us. A lot of times, women, we're taught, a lot of girls are taught as little girls, find a man that can take care of you. He might be an older man. He may be a man that's not really attractive, but you marry him because you can manipulate him, because you know that he's so in love with you that he'll give you anything. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you get involved with someone that you want to marry, make sure there's a physical sexual attraction. That's very, very important. You don't want to be involved with somebody that you cannot be intimate with. Okay. And also, too, going back to the health issue, I've seen this happen in so many relationships. Women have married men, and because they are good providers, they will get involved with this man and they will not give him sex. They close their legs. I know I'm being graphic, but we're all adults. They close their legs. This is the true fact. Men control the money and women control the sex. So if you're in a relationship where there's that manipulation going on, I don't give you money unless you give me sex, or they're thinking like that, you do not want to get involved. You may say, well, I am practicing abstinence. Good, be celibate. But you need to talk about these things. You need to talk about what you all would desire in the marriage bed. You need to talk about those things. Don't go into a marriage and you realize that this person does not enjoy sex. This person does not intend to be intimate with you because they have another alternative. These are things you need to talk about. These are things you should know before going into the relationship. Number 10, choose someone who likes you. You may say, well, that goes without saying. No, choose someone who likes you. You know, we always talk about love. Love is it can be fleeting. We know that love is important in a relationship, but you want to live with someone that you like. Because when times get hard, or you're not very attractive to that person, when you gain the weight, when you don't always say things right, when you don't always feel right, is that person going to still like you? Okay, it's not just about the love. It's about, I like you. I remember years ago, I attended a wedding, and the minister who officiated the wedding, she said a very profound thing to the groom and the bride. She said, it's not about who you can live with. It's about who you cannot live without. Okay, and that comes when you like that person. Just like it's a friendship. It's that phileo love. It's that unconditional love where it's like, I like you just because you're you. Even when you make a mistake, I still like you. Okay, even when you say the wrong things, I still like you. I'm not going to run away from the marriage just because you did something wrong or you made a mistake. So make sure you marry someone who you like and they like you. The number 11. There should be a mutual respect between the two of you. You do not want to get involved with somebody who does not respect you as a man. You do not want to get involved with someone that does not respect you as a woman. There's so many people who are narcissistic. They think they're in control. They think that they just have this dominant personality, and they do not treat you with respect. And I think that when a person is like that, they deliberately look for someone that they can control and they can manipulate, and they don't respect you the way they talk to you, the way they make you feel. A person that respects you and honors you, they're going to build you up. Even when you don't do things right, they're going to point out that you may have done something wrong, but they're going to always do it tenderly. Their game is to to build you up and make you feel like you're the best. They're going to help you be your best person, a person that respects and honors you. So make sure that you get with someone that mutually respects you. And then number 12, the last one is make sure that they are God-fearing. That should have been number 1, but I always bring it home with that one, because if you get involved with someone that does not serve God, oftentimes this is how it goes. Instead of you bringing them up to where you are, they bring you down. I don't know why that happens, but a person who's ungodly, a person who does not serve God, it seems like they have a way of swaying you the other way. You want to meet somebody that's going to build you up, someone that's going to make you have a closer relationship with God, because you're working on that together. You should be praying together. You should be fasting together. You should be going to a place of worship together. This person should always be undergirding you spiritually and things like that. So make sure this person is God-fearing. And that's the last one, number 12. So ladies and gentlemen, again, if you are looking for Mr. Right or Miss Right, make sure, again, that you're going to be the one to get the one. And when you take care of yourself and be the best you want to start looking at different factors to consider before you go out there and get involved with someone new. Okay, thank you so much. And that's all there is. There ain't no more.
Wow, Dr. T. It sounds like the 12 commandments of love.
Okay.
I mean, if I may put it bluntly that way, that sounds like the 12th commandment of love. And that is an education that you will not be able to find in any bookstore directly without coming through an author like you. We truly appreciate that. I mean, I'm just listening to you go through all those things. I have my notebook here, by the way.
Okay.
Making notes so I could let my kids know that this is from a specialist.
ONPASSIVE, the future of internet.